Black Supremacy, this is Palmetto Star, the Ratchet Revolutionary. But you can call me Prophet Rovette of Black Supremacy. We are breaking curses, generational curses, every single day for Black History Month. Formerly known as Black History Month, Black Supremacy Month. February, we are breaking curses all of this month. So today, we're breaking the Cutoff curse. Black Supremacy promotes forgiveness. And, you know, we are promoted as far as Black people to, especially now, just to, at any infraction somebody does, you feel slighted by somebody, to cut them off and, you know, discard that person, throw away that person. And it's a very throwaway society, almost like how they threw away the prisoners of war when they couldn't work anymore. They just threw them away. You know, they threw 100 prisoners of war, i.e. slaves, in the water for insurance. This was how insurance was started. Insurance was started from slavery, you know? So we have to forgive not our enemies, but our brothers, our sisters that are truly on the same path that we are, because freedom, this has been my personal observation for people that have gotten free, you know, freedom. Oh, that's just my security thing. Freedom, when people become free, they act differently. When Black people become free, the first thing they do is fight. I noticed that, you know, when I was, you know, being one of the people that were the main people of my community, you know, off the grid community, where we providing people for food, shelter, clothing, and they were living for free. But once when people are free, especially Black people, this is my observation, my personal observation, is that people start fighting each other, you know, and it's because of the residue of that slave sickness is still there. Even freedom, the onset of freedom, cannot cure it. You know, freedom is something that's a progress. It's something that's a journey, a path. So you had to walk in freedom. But on the onset of freedom always brings fighting. I've noticed that, especially with Black people. And you know, we are in this cutoff culture of hip hop. They're telling you to cut this bitch off. It is not. No, don't start cutting people off. Not your brothers and sisters. Now, however, I say that, and I say also that when people do certain things to you, you know, you definitely had to reprioritize what that person is and how they are going to be in your life, if they're going to be in your life in any capacity other than just on speaking terms. Because there's certain people that they will do certain things, and you're like, oh, okay, well, now I got to treat you in a certain sort of way. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, to our people that are our brothers and they're on the path, our sisters that are on the same path as us, forgiveness is key, because we're all not going to make the quote-unquote right decisions, the decisions that are the most, you know, friendly as far as, like, you know, it may be abrasive. The choices that people make may seem abrasive, and they may hurt different people in those choices. And forgiveness is definitely key. Forgiveness is key. You know, in the Bible it says to forgive your brothers, 70 times 7 times? Forgiveness is key. Now, however, our enemies, the people that are bent on our destruction, there shall be no forgiveness for them, nor shall we forget any of their infractions upon us. Now, how do you differentiate between a brother, sister, and an enemy? Well, that brother or sister in Black Supremacy, they're going to be a melanated being that's on your path, that's walking on your path, that's walking towards their godhood uncompromisingly, that are showing and proving that they are walking on that path uncompromisingly. An enemy is one that is just taken away, but they're all part of you. Now, all of this is part of this is your psyche, this is your realm of thought, because you create everything you see, touch, taste, hear, smell, and experience. So, an enemy, which is you, at the same time, they are going to be constantly trying to throw you off the path, constantly trying to create distractions for you, So, how many times do we forgive our brothers and sisters? As many times as needed. And that's a tall glass for some people, especially in this cutoff culture, about forgiveness. But it is beneficial. It's beneficial. I'm not saying you have to invite that person to your house, or you even have to say anything else to that person once you forgive them. You don't have to say anything else to that person once you forgive them, but forgive them for yourself, for your own psyche. Forgive them for yourself and for your own value. Because you stay stuck on the hurt, you stay stuck on the pain, you stay stuck on that person did this person did that. That person's an idiot. You know what I'm saying? You are the supreme being, divine God. And, it behooves you to just, their infraction upon you is just a reflection of their own insecurity. Their infraction upon you is just a reflection of their own feeling of self-worth. So, you say, okay, well, I see that you need to go further. You need to travel further on this path. You need to go further. You need to experience more. You need to live more. And I forgive you for your infraction upon me. However, I'm not going to forget, and I'm going to, treat you accordingly. Being able to get people and know where they can be at in your life, as far as, being able to, what's the word I'm looking for? Being able to put people in different places. That is a key thing. That's a key thing, being able to put people and regulate or relegate people to different positions in your own thoughts and your own thinking, But forgiveness is key, because, holding on to hurt, holding on to pain only hurts you. Holding on to hurt and holding on to pain only hurts you ultimately. So, forgive your brother and your sister, upon with the trespasses upon you, and because they are misguided in a lot of ways. They are misguided. They do not know what they do, and they are going to reap what they sow. Ultimately, they reap what they sow. There's people that I've forgiven, but they they still are in the same spot because they know how I am, so they're not, they know they're not, even though I have forgiven them, I haven't forgotten the trespasses upon me, so, that's key, and they know what happens to trespassers upon me. So that, even though I've forgiven you, I haven't forgotten the things that you have that you've done, because you did those things for a reason. But 3 Steps to End Racism right now. It's my first published work, and it is the manuscript to this new world that we're living in. I'm telling you, we are living in 2 worlds simultaneously. We are living in the world of facts, and we are living in a world of truth. The world of facts is the people taking the COVID vaccine, Joe Biden, all this other stuff. They are living in this factual world, where there's these facts. And then there is truth. There's people that are striving to be more self-sustainable, going on the path towards their supreme self, and just being more self-empowering. They're not giving their power to anybody else. They're not giving their power to these facts and saying, "Oh well, the fact is," then holding your nose and wait and believe in a fact, because these facts are just associated with the truth. They are just affiliated with the truth. And the truth is the truth. So, we're living in 2 worlds simultaneously at the same time. And in those 2 worlds, there are multiple timelines happening at the same time. So you have the world of facts, you have the world of truth, and then multiple timelines happening at the same time. So everything that can happen is happening right now in this very moment. Anything and everything that can happen is happening right now in this very moment. So it's confusing. But 3 Steps to End Racism right now is a manuscript to the new world. Is a manuscript to what the world that we are walking in right now. If you choose to walk the path, or you could choose to stay in the world that is already on fire. That world is already on fire. That world is already bathing in fire and flames and its ashes already. When the colonial ships came to the shore of Turtle Island, better known as America, it was the medicine men that could see them. There were people standing on the shores, and they looked and they could not see the ships. They could not see the ships. It took the medicine men to see the ships. And it's the same thing that's happening right now. 3 Steps to End Racism right now is being able to see what's happening in real time, and able to end the scourge of racism in real time. Because the thing about racism is, if we do not end it now, then it will continue on with just melanated people in a worse form. So we need to end racism right now in real time. 3 Steps to End Racism right now is that key. If you're on melanatedpeople.net, shout out to you. Get on that black level. You could actually go on my post and download the book for free. If you're on Instagram, Facebook, the link is in the bio. Go ahead, click on it. You can read it. But I encourage everybody to get the hard copy, because they can't censor your coffee table. They can't deplatform your library. And 3 Steps to End Racism right now is not fact checker friendly. It is definitely not something that they keep on the internet, for long periods of time, because of the action-oriented manuscript telling you what to do to end racism right now. So it's very, very critical, but it's actually the most important work of the literary work of the new age. So I encourage everybody to get it. Whether it's a hard copy, hit me up for a hard copy, or email 3 steps to end racism at gmail.com. Or you could or you could hit me up in the inbox, and I could get a hard copy out to you. I've been giving hard copies out to people every week since we released on January 20th, since the inauguration day. So big time shout out to everybody. Also support the movement. I'm so glad and so thankful for everybody that's been supporting the movement. You can support the movement via Cash App, $ Palmetto Star, PALMETTOSTAR, or you can go and get exclusive content on my Patreon account and become a patron at patreon.com. You can call me Prophet. Got a new YouTube page too. You can call me Prophet. You guys go and check that out. Subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell button. And I encourage everybody to stay vigilant. Be aware. Black Supremacy.